What's up, guys? This is Bgard coming back at you with another CFM video. These are going to be my top 5 teams that I am looking at, that I feel like if I had a top 5 pick, these are the 5 teams I want. Now, it's open to debate. This is my opinion only. This is based off how I like to play the game. If you disagree with me, that is totally fine. Comment what you disagree with me with. I try to have calm, civil discussions with everybody I can, and I am open to being wrong. You guys can disagree with me. If you think this team is totally trash or this team's a little overrated, let me know and tell me who you would replace them. First, I'm going to give an honorable mention to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, they're coming in at 6. Maybe they're a little high, but playing them with them on the beta, they were incredible. Mike Evans was damn near impossible to stop. It was crazy just throwing it up to him. Now, they do have Rob Gronkowski, who I think is very overrated. He hasn't played in the year, and they gave him a 95 overall. But that's neither here nor there. Now, they have Brady, big acquisition. Their line is pretty solid. I know they drafted tackle in the draft. They also have Chris Godwin. Scotty Miller, O.J. Howard. They have probably the 3 best tight ends you could have on one team. Devin White, 92 speed. That's your user for a whole year. They have young defensive guys, but they're also very old. They've got some older players. Levante David ain't getting any older or younger. Ndamukong Suh, Shaquille Barrett, not sure how good he's going to be. Jason Pierre-Paul's on the decline. That's why they're at number 6. They're a little older on the defensive side, and I don't feel their offensive weapons justify them being in the top 5 spot. My number 5 team is the Seattle Seahawks. Now, they would have been lower on the totem pole if they didn't have an acquisition that's not showing on the screen. It is Jamal Adams. Now, they're going to have 2 dudes who have Avalanche on one team. That is insane. They are going to be a team that I'm going to be looking at very closely if they're in that 5 to 7 range for me. The reason why they're at 5 is because their offensive line, like every single year, is not very good. Their offensive line stinks. So if we look at their offensive line, we have Dwayne Brown. He's their best he's their best tackle, best offensive lineman. And then you got to go to the next page to find the next guys. And then next it's Mike Iupati. He used to be very, very good. He's on the decline. He's on the twilight of his career. That's kind of a Band-Aid. And that's pretty much what they've been doing with their line in Seattle, is Band-Aid linemen. They'll get Luke Jokel over here. They'll get somebody else over here. They never really address it. Maybe they do. But then their next highest guy, right next to their left guard, I could be wrong, is BJ Finney, who's 66 rated. Their line is a mess. And that is why they've dropped a little. That's why I have them at 5. Coming at number 4, this might be a little bit controversial, but it is the Kansas City Chiefs. Their offense is everything you want. Everything you could ever want. You've got the best quarterback in the game. You've got, I think, the best tight end in the game rated. I don't think he's better than George Kittle. Travis Kelce, 97 overall. He's probably the second best tight end in the NFL. You got Tyreek Hill, 99 speed. You need nothing else more. They got a Honey Badger and Chris Jones on defense, Frank Clark, Damian Williams. But you look at the speed, they have 2 of the fastest receivers in the game. They got Nicole Hardman, and they got not Sammy Watkins. He is on the team, though. Tyreek Hill. Then, Javarius Davis, not a very good player, but 93 speed. You'll find something to do. Snead, 93 speed. He's very good. He's your user right there. Then you have Sammy Watkins down here. When he's your 3rd best receiver, you're doing really well at receiver. They also have a couple running backs who are at 90 speed. DeAndre Washington and Damian Williams. They're serviceable. You got Warren Thornhill. He's an okay safety. The problem is their defense. Their defense has nothing beyond the 3 players I mentioned. You have Frank Clark, Chris Jones, and Honey Badger. That's it. That's why they're at number 4 for me, because their defense does need a little bit of work. Their offense is everything you could possibly want. Maybe you can get a faster running back. I don't think that's killer. If you're flinging the ball, running back's not going to matter. So that's why I have them at number 4. Number 3, my team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And you're probably asking, why are they ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs? Let me explain. Their offensive line is insane. You have Jason Kelsey, you have Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, Jason Peters. I think their lowest offensive lineman is Isaac Simulo. I would honestly put Dillard at guard. I would honestly put him at guard or left tackle, and then have Dillard play over Simulo because he's just younger and he'll develop faster. But that's neither here nor there. They have maybe the best offensive line in the game. Then you have Fletcher Cox on defense. You have Zach Ertz, a really good tight end. I think he's a little underrated in this game. Darius Slay, a new acquisition. Brandon Graham, he's all right. Alshon Jeffrey, I wouldn't use him personally. He's a little slow and he's getting up there in age. Carson Wentz, 84 overall. He's the man. Then you have Deshaun Jackson with 95 speed. Then you have Miles Sanders, Avonte Maddox, and then Goodwin with 97 speed. And that's going to be a theme right here. Look at all the speed they have at receiver and corner. They have Goodwin. They have Deshaun Jackson. They have Jalen Reagor. They have Quez Watkins. They have a ton of speed everywhere. Rudy Ford, that's a good user right there. Or you can develop him and have him be your starting strong safety. Now that Malcolm Jenkins is gone. But you have a ton of dudes who have a lot of speed. Even at linebacker, they have Davion Taylor. They have Jatavius Brown. They've got a couple guys, Nathan Gary, Sean Bradley. They have a ton of speed everywhere. They might be the fastest overall team, in my opinion. And that is why they are going to be coming in at number 3 for me. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens. Now, the reason why I have them number 2 is they're a little older on the older side. Calais Campbell, 95 overall, little old. He's going to decline at a faster rate than, let's say, the next team on my list. Then you have Lamar Jackson, the MVP of the league, 96 speed. Now, I like Lamar. I've been on the Lamar train forever. The problem with him in Madden is I want more of a quarterback who has throwing abilities. And if you like to run with the quarterback, this is the dream right here. It doesn't get better than Lamar Jackson. They also have good speed at wide receiver. They have 97 speed Marquise Brown. I think that might be a little slow. DuVernay, 92 speed. Don't know if I butchered that. DeAnthony Thomas, you're probably not going to play him. They have a couple guys that they can, you still got Antonio Brown out there too. If you want to put Antonio Brown on the Ravens, that would be great. Now, the reason why I have them at number 2, like I said, age. Calais Campbell, Earl Thomas. I think Brandon Williams isn't getting any younger. Marcus Peters, Jimmy Smith, who I didn't know was still on there. But they also have some good young pieces. Marlon Humphrey's a stud. You've got... Yeah, Marlon Humphrey's a stud. So, yeah, but that's the reason why their defense isn't as strong as the number 1 team that I have on the list. But their offense is very good. Their defense is very good. I think they have a young quarterback who you can develop even more. They have a really young, good wide receiver. So that's why they come in at number 2. And number 1, the San Francisco 49ers. Defense, defense, defense. Their defense is insane. They also have a very good offense, or offensive personnel. George Kittle, 98 overall, the highest rated tight end in the game. Best tight end in football. Bar none. I don't even think it's close. They have some decent pieces. Raheem Mostert, 95 speed at running back. That's really good. Jimmy Garoppolo, despite what I think of him in real life, he is a serviceable quarterback in Madden. You can develop him into something more. Then you have Tevin Coleman as a backup running back. 92 speed. Quan Alexander on defense. That's a good user. Jukazi Tart, Deebo Samuel. You've got a bunch of good players. You also have a pretty decent line. A pretty good line. Now, they're everywhere they are. The reason why they're number 1, though, the very reason they're number 1, They have a young pass rushing core. Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, D Ford. Like, Solomon Thomas, he's been a bust in the NFL, but you can still develop him into something that's usable. And he's pretty, decent speed, Solomon Thomas. He's got decent speed. I think he's at 83. Jerick McKinnon, 91 speed. They've got trade bait as well. They have a bunch of players. Like, if you don't think you need Tevin Coleman or Jerick McKinnon, you can trade those guys and get pieces. Now, they are old at corner. They are a little old at corner. They got Richard Sherman, 92 speed, or 92 overall, 87 speed's a little slow. That's a little slow. That's going to be a ding on them. But they got Quan Williams, who's also a little slow. Emmanuel Mosley's got some speed. Witherspoon and Verrett, those are solid guys. They're not going to blow you away, but I feel like they have depth at the pass rusher. You can have, if you have abilities, you're going to have up to 3 pass rushers. Maybe you develop Solomon Thomas. You're going to have up to 4 pass rushers. Plus, you have Fred Warner, you have Quan Alexander. I feel like their defense is legitimately the best defense in the game. And they have a good enough offense to justify me putting them at number 1. But tell me what you guys think. Who did I overrate? Who did I underrate? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.